That's how it be. You don't know. Now you know you're gonna miss. And I ain't stressing about a long thing about the truth when I gave you.
I hate white boys.
Hey guys, welcome in and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are completely new, hello, I'm sincerely Niko. In today's video, we're going to be recreating an old video from my channel. I never thought I would be here today doing this, but we here looking back in the vault of some foolish makeup looks. So I'm going to be recreating a makeup look that I did years ago for New Year's Eve. And I'm going to be doing it for you guys so you guys can have something, you know, cute to, jazz up and be a little festive for this season. So if you guys are interested in this video, definitely keep on watching. But before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Join me here on YouTube. Be a part of the EXO squad where we get lit on this side of YouTube. And let's go ahead and jump right on into this video.
You used to call me on mine. You used to. Yeah.
I filmed this video 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And ooh, child. All the stuff that's listed here, I no longer have. I don't even have the camera anymore. That should tell you like how far I came in all of this and all of this. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Ooh, not that I have on a powdery pink lip.
Easy, I hope so. So without further ado, this makeup tutorial look here. It's just a holiday inspired look. Excuse me if I'm over exaggerating on my eyes or having them like super highs because I have on lashes. And you guys know I really don't do lashes. So for the
Girl, back then you could not catch me with a pair of lashes on. Don't ask me why. I was a bald-headed, no lash wearing heifer, and that was me 5 years ago, with a powder pink lipstick and no lip liner. Delusional.
Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. I'm going to take my priming water and a concealer brush from Makeup Forever, and I'm going to color correct underneath the eyes with that warm coral color. I'm also going to be applying that to my forehead where I have a scar, just so that I can be able to mute out any bad pigmentations and blend that out with the Beauty Blender.
Alright, so the first thing I did was color correct. I no longer have that palette anymore. It is actually discontinued, to be honest, so you really can't even get it either. But I'm going to go ahead and color correct using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Deep Cinnamon. This concealer is very red. Alright, and I'm just simply blending that out with the Beauty Sponge from Dark Skin Makeup Daily. Alright, now let's get back into the video.
Alright, so I'm going to take the color Cinnamon out of the same kit, and I'm going to pop that on my lid to be my base for my eyeshadow. Also, it's going to help pre-carve out my brows before I do my brows.
Alright, so I didn't even fill in my brows first. I just simply went and cut my brows with concealer, and then I went and filled in. Y'all, back then I was a hot mess. I was a hot hoochie mess. So I'm going to take some of this Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 430W, and I'm going to use that to carve out my brows, filling in, and let's just pray. Let us pray. And then I'm just going to simply take that same concealer and just kind of conceal my brows and blend that out.
Now I'm going to take my Dior brow pencil in 02 and I'm going to carve out my brows just by thickening them up and just adding a little extra, color where the sparse hairs are. I do have full brows, so I don't have to do too much work, but a little bit can always help.
Alright, so went ahead and filled in my brows. I no longer have that Dior brow pencil. Things change, as you know. So we're gonna use Benefit today because I have Benefit brows, Benefit brow products. Yeah, we're gonna do Benefit today. So I'm gonna take the Benefit Precise to my brow in shade number 5, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows real quickly. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the brows that I currently do now. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows the way I do them now. Then I'm gonna take the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in Ebony, and I'm just going to fill in the tail. Then I'm gonna take the shade Chocolate and work the front of my brows. Alright, and then I'm just going to go ahead and clean up around the side of my brow. Boom. There we go. Brows are on.
Alright, so now I'm going to just spoolie the color through. And I'm going to go back into the cream contour kit and I'm going to pick up the shade Cream, and I'm going to carve out the bottom and also the side of my brows.
Well, I guess I'm going a little bit more lighter because Cream is like yellow. So I already carved out the side of my brows. I'm just going to go ahead and carve underneath with the lighter shade just to kind of, I guess, give my brows more of a lift situation. Please hold. I'm going to take this Rimmel Stay Matte Concealer in the shade Honey. I think this is light enough. Yeah, girl, that's like beige. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go ahead and lift my brows. I can't believe I used to do this. All right, boom. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out so it don't look too starchy. Oh yeah, my brows are lifted, baby. They are lifted. All right, let's see what this eye makeup is looking like.
Okay, so I'm going to take the Real Techniques Beauty Glitter Sponge and just blend that out. And then I'm going to set that same concealer with the Coty Airspun Extra Translucent Full Coverage Powder just to set it as my base before I start putting on eyeshadow.
All right, so I set my concealer with translucent powder. Let me get some translucent powder. I'm gonna take the One Size Translucent Original Color and I'm gonna use that to set my eyes. And I'm gonna use that brush that I used in that video to do my concealer. This is the Makeup Forever 144 Wavy, which is their concealer brush. I'm just gonna use that with translucent. I'm gonna set my under eye too. And I'm gonna set this too, just to set it since I'm already here. We're set. Let's move on to the eyeshadow.
Alright, so I'm going to take the Makeup Forever eyeshadow in the color M842, which is a cranberry color, and just kind of carve out my eye shape just a little bit before I do any detail work.
So I'm going to take a cranberry shade and I'm going to go ahead and I guess carve out the outer portion of my eye. Let me see what shadow palette I can do this with. So I'm going to take the Queen of Hearts eyeshadow palette from Color Rain, and I'm going to take this shade called Ladyship, which is right here. And I'm going to use that to, I guess, carve out my crease. I'm going to take the Morphe M456 and just start popping that into my crease. I literally took it in my crease.
Next, I'm going to take the shade M100 and I'm going to place this on the upper portion of my crease. It does not have to be perfect because it's going to be a glamorous smoky eye.
Okay, so I put that cranberry shade on for nothing because I clearly covered it with black. What was I smoking on?
Ooh, wee.
I'm gonna dip into the One Size Visionary palette, and I'm going to be using the color called Turban Legend, which is this black shade here. And I'm going to do a little bit different placement than what I did in this video because I literally just covered the cranberry with black. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm literally going to go take it just a little bit lower, just a slight little bit lower than Ladyship from Color Rain. Then I'm going to switch back to that Morphe brush. Actually, I'm going to use this Morphe brush. This is the Morphe M507. And I'm just going to blend in between the two. I'm going to go back into that Color Rain palette. And I'm going to take that Ladyship color and just kind of blend to make sure everything looks seamless and blended. I'm going to take this nude shade just to kind of make sure the lines are not too harsh. I'm going to take this nude shade called Royal Provocative. I'm going to take this Luna Beauty No. 3 brush and I'm just going to buff out Ladyship just a little bit, just so it don't look too harsh. I'm just going to go back and reinforce that Ladyship color. So it don't disappear out here in these streets. Okay, Niko. Okay.
Alright guys, so I'm going to dig into my Z palette and pull out the Sephora eyeshadow in the number 109, which is also known as All That Glitter. This eyeshadow is on sale at your local Sephora, so definitely go pick it up if you guys can.
Alright, so I took a gold glitter eyeshadow, shimmery eyeshadow, and I just popped that on my lid. So I'm going to take Magical from Uma Beauty, and I'm just going to pop that onto my lid. I'm going to use this Morphe 124 brush, scoop up a little bit, and I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of this Dry Cosmetics Mystify, and just tap it onto the lid. That's a pretty combination. Real sultry, real cute.
Next, I'm going to prep the face and also apply foundation. The primer I'm going to be using is the Dior Pore Minimizer, and the foundations that I'm going to be using is the Dior Skin Star Foundation in shade 070 and 080.
So I color corrected, and then I put on primer on top of the color corrector. So literally, I just wiped all this away. Well, I'm gonna be using the Milk Hydro Grip primer because I don't have that Dior primer anymore. I'm just gonna tap over this because I don't want to disturb it. And I don't have that Dior foundation either. Plus, I was mixing two foundations back then because I didn't know what my color was or my shade was. And I still mix two foundations to this day still because I don't know my color. I'm going to be doing the NARS Soft Matte Foundation in Iguacu and New Caledonia. I'm going to be mixing these two or placing these two in specific areas to give me the look that I'm looking for, to help me achieve the look that I'm looking for. And I'm going to mix in just a little bit of the priming oil from Smashbox because this foundation is super matte, which is fine, but I needed to move. I needed to like blend into my skin. So I just put a little bit of the priming oil on top of the foundation. And I'm just going to mix that in and apply the foundation. So I'm going to start off with Iguacu, and that's going to go around the jawline. And this is like full coverage. Alright, and I'm going to take New Caledonia in the center. Alright, boom. So I'm gonna take my dark skin makeup daily sponge, and I'm just gonna kind of like blend and pat. Make sure everything is blended out. Alright, let's go back to the video and see what's popping.
Alright, to set my foundation, I'm going to be using the Coty Airspine's Extra Translucent Full Coverage Powder just to set it.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna use no concealer. I literally just set my whole entire face after putting foundation on.
Next, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in the shade Cream and also Cinnamon and Chocolate, all three pretty much. And I'm going to add my highlight. Cream is going to be my lift, Cinnamon is going to be my neutral, and Chocolate is going to bring more of a base back towards being very natural. And that's why I like to mix all three of those to kind of give me my natural highlight, of course.
Wait a minute, what am I smoking on? I put powder, translucent powder on before I did cream concealer, and I use a yellow, like a pure banana yellow color as my highlight. What was I smoking 5 years ago? Why nobody ain't checked me in the comment section? Y'all out here got me looking like a hot mess. So I'm going to actually switch it up a little bit. I'm not going to do that because I don't do that anymore. I refuse. So I'm going to take the Rare Beauty Concealer in 430. And I'm going to highlight first before I set. And I'm going to conceal this way. And that's all I'm concealing. For right now, I'm probably going to go in with the brighter one just to kind of give more of a lift. And I'm going to let this sit just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Let's go ahead and blend it out. I'm going to do a little lift. Just a little bit lift. We'll take that honey from Rimmel London Stay Matte. And I'm just going to do just a little bit. And I'm going to take a concealer brush and blend that out.
Next, I'm going to take my Black Opal Loose Finishing Powder in the color Medium 03, and I'm going to set my highlight. I'm just going to be using the baking technique. I learned that from Jackie Aina. Hey, Jackie-O.
I don't even own this powder anymore. But yeah, let me blend this out before it gets too dry. Okay, and then we're going to set. I'm actually going to use a Laura Mercier honey powder to set my under eye. I don't use Black Opal products, or I don't have any Black Opal products anymore. So when in doubt, use the next best thing you got. And right now I'm using Laura Mercier. So I'm just gonna go and set like before. I'm surprised I'm not cream contouring, because I usually cream contour. Well, I now cream contour more than anything. So for me to not even cream contour back then, my makeup application techniques has definitely changed. I can definitely tell my makeup application has definitely changed.
Next, while that is baking, I'm gonna go ahead. Contour. I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour brush and I'm going to spray a little bit of priming water on the color Ash Brown from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and I'm going to sculpt this mug, honey. Get into it. Contour for the gods.
Somebody ain't doing the math right.
So now I'm gonna set my face with powder, and then I went in with cream contour. What was I smoking?
Ooh, wee.
Because whatever it was had me doing things in weird application form. So I'm gonna take the Fenty matchstick in espresso, not in espresso, in ebony. Wrong shade, fool. So I'm gonna take the Fenty matchstick in ebony, and I'm going to take this on a Sephora brush. This is the number 89. And I'm just gonna simply tap and blend my cream contour. The reason why I'm using this is because it's cream to powder, so it shouldn't disturb or move any of the work that I just did. But see, I don't understand. Now I have this like demarcation. Like, what was I thinking? I'm gonna try to save this because that was looking a hot mess. I was out here looking a hot mess, y'all. I'm still looking a mess. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the translucent powder from One Size in the shade Translucent. And I'm just gonna lift and set where I need to lift and set, because I feel that I need help right now. I need Jesus. What was I thinking? Now I'm cutting my contour with a cream concealer. Girl, when I tell you I was a hot mess then, I'm still a hot mess now. So I'm gonna take my foundation in the color New Caldona, and I'm gonna use that to cut my concealer. I'm not gonna use the concealer that I use underneath my eyes to cut, because I really want it to be a little more subdued around my jawline. So I'm just gonna take Miss New Caldona and just cut right here, just a little bit. And let me blend that out.
Okay, so I'm gonna quickly set it with some setting spray from L'Oreal Paris, and then I'm gonna go into it with the NYX Cream Palette Glitter.
So I don't wipe this off. I don't wipe this off. You know what? Just at this point, I'm just gonna clock out. I'm just gonna clock out. So I'm gonna take this micro smooth powder from Sephora collection in the shade 56, and I'm just gonna simply sweep off all of this setting powder. And then I'm gonna take the micro smooth in shade 60, and I'm gonna just set the perimeter of my face before I go in and bronze, because I don't even think I bronzed in this video. But I'm not gonna be out here looking a hot mess in 2020. I refuse. I'm reclaiming my time, because the stuff I was doing in 2015, baby, I don't do it in 2020 anymore. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and melt all this down using some Morphe mist, continuous mist.
And then I'm going to go into it with the NYX Cream Palette Glitter in the color 12, One Night in Luxe. I'm going to be using that gold shade just to pop that on top of that Sephora eyeshadow, just to give me a little bit extra oomph on my eye.
So I use the cream gold glitter on my lid, which I can do. Let me see what I got, y'all. Please hold. Alright, so I have this glitter from Deck of Starlit. This is in the shade called Sparkler. I think I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I could do this. And I'm just gonna place this right on top of this shadow, of this Uma shadow. Ooh. This is cute. Alright, let me see what else I did.
Right on my cheeks. And I'm going to be using the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the color Sandstorm. And then last
no lip liner?
I'm going to pop on my lashes off camera, and there you go. Our look is now officially complete.
I didn't put on no lip liner. What was I thinking? I was smoking crack. So I'm gonna go on my lip liner. This is the Morphe Trendsetter lip liner. You already know. Okay, and then I use like a beige pink tone lipstick. So I'm gonna take the shade Ashton, which is a little more redder. Alright, so I'm gonna hop off camera real quickly, put some mascara and some lashes on, and we'll be back for the finished look. Alright guys, so this pretty much complete this look. I don't know what was going on back in 2015. I looked at a hot mess. I'm still a hot mess, but I looked a hot mess, and I was doing a lot of hot mess things back in 2015. I feel like now, I think I elevated my artistry skills from then. As you can see, I'm looking bomb, I'm looking tea. I'm sorry, I'm out here doing hot girl stuff. And you can't come for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys like this video if you guys thought this was very much entertaining, fun, and refreshing to update my resume on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Also, make sure you guys subscribe. I don't know if I said it before, but make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Be a part of the EXO Squad. Get linked with me on this side of YouTube. And share this video to Facebook. Share this video to Twitter. Share this video to your Pinterest accounts. Just share it. So let's start off 2021 with a bang. And I will see you guys on the other side of all of this. So, peace. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I like me. That can only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city,